Rajashutta sir, welcome to the Essential Talk.
Thank you so much.
It's an honor to have you on our show.
Thank you for having me.
So sir, from graduating as a civil engineer and handling the family business to clearing such a tough exam, how has life been till now?
It's been a roller coaster ride. Been through ups and downs, lots of ups and downs. If you want, I can describe the entire journey.
Please, I guess the viewers will love to hear the journey.
So I graduated in 2016 from Jaypee University, Solan, as a civil engineer.
Right.
After graduation, I wanted to do my MBA. So I started preparing for CAT. Even in the last semester, before last semester, I think in the third year, I started preparing for CAT. So I was rigorously preparing for that, prepping for everything. So when the time came and I had to give my exams, my father really wanted me to join business as he was suffering problems over there.
Okay.
It was he went through a partition, so it was completely dependent on him.
Okay.
And he, not being such a tech savvy person, he wanted some external support.
Right.
So he called out to me, said that do your masters later and join me for business. I really need your help.
Okay.
So I dropped down all my plans and I went and joined his business. At that point of time when I joined his business, it wasn't flourishing that much. It was at a normal pace. It was not having really huge turnovers or anything. So it took me 1 year to understand what he's doing. From 2016 to 17, I was just trying to learn what the business actually is. So with 2017, I still had good control over the business. In 1 year, I learned enough about it so that I could handle it independently.
Okay.
Then is the time came when I thought to pursue my studies. Giving MBA again would take me 2 years of my business going and studying there, but I didn't want that because now I was so indulged in business. What I did was I started preparing for this exam because in my entire family, even in the extended family from my parental and mother's side, none of the child was into government service.
Okay.
So my dad really took it as a privilege. He thought that this service is really elite and he wanted someone to go into this service. So I just thought of preparing for it. So there was one of my friends who was like, I was searching for exams, which exam to give and everything. So with the time restraint that I had, I could only spare like 3 to 4 hours maximum in my day because the business was also very hectic and I had to grow that too.
Right.
So I took off time. I sought all the government exams that there were at that point of time. So I came through this exam. This was pretty comparatively easier for me.
Right.
Because most of the percentage of this exam consists of maths and English.
Okay.
And that is what I prepared for my CAT preparations. So plus the jobs that they offer are grade B government jobs.
Okay.
Grade A is UPSC.
UPSC,
And from grade B onwards, it's this exam, which SSC CGL.
Right.
The minimum qualification requirement was only for a graduate from any college anywhere.
Okay.
So I thought that this might be an exam that I can target. Then going through the statistics, I found out like there are around 30 lakh students who give this exam every year.
Okay.
And the chances of acceptance was just 7,000 to 8,000 students. So I mean the percentage of seats or the vacancies that are available are really less.
Right.
And being from a general category, there are again lesser than this number. So it was tough, but I was already handling a business, so there was no pressure on me that I was not jobless in that point of time.
Right.
So I was just giving it so that to test myself because I hadn't given any competitive exam earlier. So what I did, I spared 3 or 4 hours of my day from business, started preparing for it. I gave the exam in 2017 and the results came in 2018 and this was the first attempt and it got cleared.
Okay.
So after that, what happened? The joinings are late in this exam.
Right.
At that point of time, it was late. So I got my joining in 2020. During that time, those 3 years, 18, 19 and 20, I really excelled at my business. And it became really tough to leave it at that point of time. But my dad really asked me that I have cleared it, so I should give it a try. And right now I'm sitting here still doing the job and also looking after the business a little bit, but completely focused on the job right now.
Right. So yeah, it's really a roller coaster ride.
Yeah, really a roller
So
coaster.
I guess the main confusion is that what is the difference between the UPSC and the SSC CGL? So can you give a brief about it?
Yeah, sure. The difference is that UPSC is for grade A and grade B officers
Okay.
in the central government. The people who secure a lower rank
Mhm.
or get less marks, they opt for grade B services.
Okay.
And the higher ranks, they can opt for IAS, IRS, IFS. So, I mean, that's the difference in this. Plus, in CGL, you get posts as a grade B officer and a grade C officer.
Right.
I mean, it's one level lower than the UPSC aspirants.
Okay.
So, that's why there are more people who try to get into UPSC in SSC CGL.
Okay.
Because the education qualifications required for both are the same. A graduate is required to
Right.
complete the exams. But comparing the difficulty of the question paper, the vastness of syllabus and everything, CGL is much easier much easier to crack compared to UPSC. But study pattern and everything is entirely different. The syllabus might be the same,
Right.
but how to study, how to tackle it is completely different, ways apart.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is basically.
I have in your journey, I really want to know like what caused that shift. Like you were preparing for CAT and then suddenly towards this government exam.
Yeah.
What caused that shift?
It's basically, see, for CAT, I personally wanted to go for my postgrad doing MBA, but it required a full-time course for 2 years,
Yeah.
and I could easily get into college after getting my graduation.
Yeah.
But as my father needed my help, I had to go there. So instantly shifting to a college wasn't my topmost priority right then. I needed 2-3 hours to settle into business to support my father and everything.
Mhm.
So this job, it gave me a timeline of 3-4 years so that I could handle the business also, and then I could join the service.
Okay. So though you mentioned that SSC CGL is comparatively easier, but still it is one of India's toughest
Yeah.
exams. So any advice to the generation who wants to give such exam? How should we prepare, or what pointers should we keep in mind while preparing?
See, I'll break down the entire syllabus and how the exam is conducted. Like, there are 4 tiers. First year, it's a complete set of 700 marks.
Okay.
The first year is for 200 marks, which is the prelims. Around 30 lakh people fill up to give this examination. There's a cutoff which goes really high. There's maths, English, general studies, and general reasoning.
Okay.
50 marks each with negative marking.
Right.
So you need to score really well in the prelims itself, so
Okay.
that you have a seat somewhere. Already you have a seat. If you score good in your prelims, then you can hope for a better position. If you don't score good in the prelims, you clear the cutoff. But if you're not scoring good enough, so you're already out of the race. So
Okay.
you have to score really nice at prelims also, which is really tough, because in just 1 hour time span, you
Mhm.
need to tackle 100 questions with a lot of accuracy, and you have to score 80% or above just to get a seat.
Questions are theoretical or
No, they're all MCQ
MCQs,
questions,
okay.
but they are really like maths is really it takes time to solve those
Okay,
questions.
okay.
English can be done really quickly. General reasoning takes time, but
Right.
general awareness is really again easy.
Right.
Like if you are quick, that is what you have to tackle. See, you are getting 1 hour,
Mhm.
so in a way you are getting 15 minutes for every section.
Right.
So you have to denote your time in such a way that you give just 5 minutes to English, 5 minutes to general awareness. You give around 10-15 minutes to general reasoning, and 30 minutes goes for maths. So what students don't do is they don't prepare for mocks. They just directly go and sit in exams. They may be really well read, or they must have prepared a lot.
Right.
But once they start giving mocks, they know how much time they have to distribute in which section.
Correct.
So time management is the most important thing in prelims. You need to know how much time to give to which segment, and with accuracy. So 80% is the minimum required, which is required to be in the list.
Okay.
I mean, the cutoff goes around 70%, it's going around 70% or higher.
Okay.
It keeps changing time to time,
Right.
every year. But you need to have minimum 80% in prelims to at least secure a seat.
Okay.
Then comes mains. Mains is of 400 marks. It's 200 maths and 200 English.
Okay.
Maths again being very very well. You need to take time to solve the big calculations and everything. English I found it easier. Otherwise, everyone has a different perspective about that.
Right.
Then comes in the tier 3, there's essay writing,
Okay.
letter writing, and everything like that. It's for 100 marks. So that's why I say out of 700, there's 200, 150. That's 350 for English. Half of this syllabus is for English. 250, again 250 for maths. Just 100 is left, which is for general awareness and that is reasoning. So if you see the breakdown, out of 700, 600 marks are for maths and English.
Right.
In UPSC, this is different. You need to have your option subjects. Over there, general awareness is really vast.
Okay.
You have to study all the subjects in SSC CGL also.
Okay.
You have to study history, geography, political science, everything, general awareness.
Right.
But the ratio given over here is just for 50 marks,
Okay.
which is mere nothing. Even I skipped it. I
Okay.
almost skipped it. I scored, all my marks that were deducted were in general awareness only, because why to focus just for 50 marks? Give most of your time here,
Right.
wherein you can give your time to maths and English and score, out of 600, if you score 550 out of 600,
Yeah.
that would scale up your rank and everything.
Exactly.
So this is how I targeted it.
Okay.
Most people, they keep studying for general awareness also. You never know what can come. It can only be static, it can be current, it can be anything. So it's completely dynamic. I thought not to focus more on that and more on maths and English. That was my strategy.
So, how much you scored in the exams, if I may ask?
During my time, I scored 163 something in my prelims.
Okay.
In my mains, out of 400, I scored 320, 330 something.
Okay.
And in the 100 marks essay writing, I scored 70. So my total, I don't remember the figure exactly.
Yeah.
I scored 729 or 39 lakh in my first attempt
Alright.
in general category. What happened in 2017 examination was, it got, first of all, there was a big scam of cheating.
Okay.
In mains also. So my paper got postponed 2 times. I had to give my mains 2 times because there was mass cheating that was being held over there.
Right.
So after that, the commission got really strict on this. But in my year 2017, the joining got 3 years late because of the cheating and everything. People really try to give huge sums of money and get the paper leaked, which actually happens.
Right.
So this is also a huge deterrent. The ones who are preparing, like I was preparing for the exam, so this was a huge deterrent for me, because now you're preparing, you are rigorously working 4 or 5 hours a day.
Yeah.
When the exam date comes, you know that it's postponed because some paper got leaked or it got cheated.
Exactly.
So the duration of the exam had to be conducted in 6 months. It took around 1.5 years for the exam to be conducted. So this is a drawback for this exam. UPSC never falls out of line. The dates, it announces its date 1 year, 1.5 year prior,
Right.
and it will be conducted on the same very date, be any condition. So this is also one deterrent that I faced.
I guess that if the whole team present in this room and even the people who are handling the back-end work for this particular podcast, most of us are in the 4th year and we'll be graduating in the coming year, that's 2023. So, of course, some of are planning to go towards the government job, some are planning for PCS, then UPSC, then some are planning to go to IPS and PCS and all that. So, how did you manage to take time out from your busy routine, as you said that the business wasn't doing that well while you were preparing? So, how did you manage to take time out for the preparation?
This is a kind of preparation you can prepare anytime.
Okay.
For me, I think for this exam, I think coaching is really important. If I had prepared for it individually, I think I wouldn't have been able to crack it, or would have not secured such a good rank.
Okay.
So I think coaching was the main thing that I had to do. So coaching timings were spread from 9 to 6. Anytime you could attend coachings for 2 or 3 hours. So according to my timetable, I took a suitable coaching which was really near to my work, and it took 2 hours of my time.
Right.
So from 9 to 11 was my timing. My business started after post 11, so it was really comfortable for me to go to coaching at that point in time. You can also opt for online coachings. I think coaching is really important for this exam. So you have to adjust your time accordingly. You can pick a slot in which you are most comfortable. First thing is that.
Okay.
Secondly, for your self-study, you need 2-3 hours again. So after coming back from work, I came home. It can be 8, 9, any time around. And I used to study at night from 10 to 12 or any time which suits me. But 2 to 3 hours were fixed at night also.
Okay.
And early in the day.
Okay.
Plus, like whichever job you are at or whichever business you are at or anywhere, you can get time during your day. There is always bits a time. You can get your time in bits and pieces all around your day.
Right.
It's up to you and your dedication how much time you can spare. So all that you studied in your coaching in the morning, you can just revise it throughout your day, and at the night you can explore more about it.
Right.
So I think that was my strategy, how I managed my time and everything. Plus one benefit that I got is like had I been I know that my date of my exam is after 2 months. So I'm done preparing in 2 months.
Right.
What happened is due to some of the other circumstances, the exam got postponed. So I got that extra time.
Okay.
How it helped me, I was really I was just regular in my studies. I didn't leave it. Most students got disheartened. Oh, the exam got postponed. They weren't doing anything at that point of time. They were just sitting at home and studying for this exam. So they felt really bored and burdened that they are already prepared for it and now they have to prepare for it again.
Right.
I saw it as an opportunity ki,
Prepare well.
like now I've got extra time to prepare.
Yeah.
I was already doing business. I was indulged all day. So for me, it was a golden opportunity that I'm getting more time. For others who are not doing anything else apart from preparing for this exam, they thought it as a burden. Ki it's such a burden that you've already done preparing, you have to prepare again. So students kind of left it and they started targeting other exams or focusing on other exams that are related to CGL only,
Right.
having the same syllabus. So the thing which helped me that I only took one exam.
Okay.
I had focus on this only, that I have to clear only this exam and none else.
Okay.
What students do is they target a variety of exams of the similar syllabus. There are many exams that you can target with this syllabus.
Right.
But the preparation for every exam will be different.
Okay.
If you're targeting CGL,
Yeah.
this exam has so many aspirants which with less vacancy, it requires lots and lots of speed and accuracy. With if you're targeting bank POs or IB POs, any other exam, they are really having lots of calculation in mathematics. The English is also much tougher, so that's a different preparation. The same is the syllabus for UPSC, but it's really vast. It's subjective. It's different preparation. Then there are other exams also, many other exams, but every exam is focused on how you're prepping for it. Every exam is a different preparation. Might have the same syllabus, but the preparation, the way you have to prepare for it, is completely different. So that is how.
So, in your case, it's like the perfect to say that whatever happens, it happens for the good.
Yeah, it can be said. Yeah.
Yeah. So my question is that, of course, these exams are discouraging at every step. Like people get bored, as you said, they feel burdened, they feel like it's not worth giving it and all that. So how did you maintain your mental peace? Because it's very important to have a stability in mind while preparing. So what was your strategy for that?
Instances like there was one friend who introduced me to this exam.
Okay.
His strategy was he was not doing anything else in his life. He graduated. He took 1 year off. He said that I'm going to prepare for this exam.
Right.
He went to coachings like I did. He studied all day. My all day went to work. His all day was to study.
Okay.
So outcome was I cleared it. He couldn't clear it. Like him, there are many students who after graduation leave everything else and they focus only on the exam that they have to clear. It works for some students. It works brilliantly for some students. But for some, it creates like you were saying about talking about mental peace.
Yeah.
It's difficult to be in one place or leaving everything else and just studying all day round.
Right.
The same thing repetitively, keep on studying it, keep on revising it. It becomes really boring after one point of time. That is the thing which disturbs your mental peace. I mean, there is no such examination in which you just have to sit in four walls and prepare for it day and night, day and night. There's no burden that you have to clear it in first attempt or second attempt. These exams start from 18 years of age.
Okay.
If you're graduating at 20, 21, 22, you can still have 4 or 5 years in your hands if you want to prepare for it.
Right.
Sitting idle is not a good way of preparing, if what I feel. Even if you crack the exam, you haven't grown what you should have grown with a different environment at your job or anything else. So what I feel like after graduation, if you're getting a job, you should go for that job, and side by side, if you can, anyone can spare out 2-3 hours, 4 hours of their time, and then start preparing for the exam. Give it when you feel that you're completely prepared for it, but you should never sit idle and prepare it.
Okay.
I mean, that is the biggest thing which takes students to depression, because they don't go out, they don't meet friends, they don't give time to their family, they don't give time to their passion if they're having any.
Okay.
They just keep focusing on this, they leave out there. Like before your graduation, you're living such a nice life.
Right.
In your college, everyone loves their college life.
Right.
Everyone is going out, partying, studying, doing everything.
Yeah.
And suddenly, as you're a graduate, you leave everything and you start studying. So this is such a lateral shift, which is not acceptable to everyone, and it's difficult to fit in. So it's better that whatever your passions are, do keep following them. Whatever, if you do any job, or you, like I joined my family business, there should be a focus and something which keeps you happy. See, studying will never keep you happy and joyful. You're sitting somewhere and just studying. It won't release good hormones in your body. It won't keep you happy.
Right.
So you have to do stuff which balances out everything. It's just about keeping life-work balance.
So, is there any regret in life that you left CAT, or you could have earned way more than you are earning right now? Is there any regret?
Actually, this has never been monetary for me.
Okay.
Because like when I started business, it wasn't flourishing. It was just like our turnover was around 20 CR, not more than that.
Okay.
I left it at 200 CR in
Alright.
2 or 3 years time.
Okay.
I was excelling at my business. I was really growing at a tremendous pace. But now the service that I've joined is paying me 70k per month, which is nothing compared to what I was earning.
Right.
I think I was earning more than this per day, but it has never been monetary for me.
Okay.
One more reason for leaving my business and coming to the service was, see, with more money, with more financial stability, comes more responsibility, more stress, and I really didn't wanted a stressful life at the age of 24, 25.
Right.
I wanted a really stress-free life where I'm also enjoying my time. At business, it became really hectic. If you're handling so many things at one point in time, I was getting really stressful. My blood sugar levels were fluctuating. So many things happened because of the pressure that I was under.
Okay.
So this was also a way out for me, because this job that I'm doing right now is really stress-free. There's really less workload, not at all pressure on you to perform or anything. Like in private jobs, if you work well, if you perform better, you get promotions on quickly and you get your salary. There's nothing like this in government jobs. There's all time scale bound.
Okay.
You work harder, you don't work at all, you don't go to your job, anything of that sort.
Okay, yeah.
You would still be paid the same. You would
Right.
still get the promotion as someone who's working much harder than you. So for me, this was kind of a break from my stressful life, because now it's really not at all stressful. It's very easy. The timings are very easy. The profile is very easy. Not much workload. As and when I'll get my promotions, I'll be given more responsibilities. But
Right.
that is with age,
Yeah.
and that is when I want to have those responsibilities.
Right.
Now is not the age that I want to have all those responsibilities. So that was my.
I get peace now.
Yeah, completely.
As compared to that phase while you were preparing and all.
I mean, even at that point of time, no, I wasn't having any kind of stress, because I was having a huge thing with me.
Yeah.
I was growing it. I was really happy at growing it. So I never had this tension or stress that I need to crack this exam, or there was my parents were burdening me with. It was just my personal thing that I wanted to write one competitive exam where I want to judge myself that as to where do I stand. Like I having PCM background and having accounts
Right.
writing. So I was good in mathematics, which I knew already, and having a keen interest in reading and studying and watching movies and everything. I knew that I was somewhere fine in English also.
Okay.
So this was just a test for all these things, and I just wanted to test myself on Indian level, like where do I stand amongst all graduates. So it was just for that. I never focused on it that I have to crack it, or if I don't crack it, then what will I do and stuff like that. And I think this gave me an edge above other students who were in pressure and anything. Because at the time of examination, when you're writing it,
Right.
when you're attempting those questions, time keeps running out.
True.
And when you're seeing that there's so many questions to do, you still have to do these many questions. So many people, so many kids, students who are just graduates, they don't know how to handle pressure. They don't know how they succumb under this pressure because it's tremendous for them. Ones who are not having anything post their graduation, the ones who don't have any clear path. So this is the only thing that they want to crack. And I mean, there's parental pressure also, there's financial pressure,
Right.
there's career pressure, there's so many things that.
Right.
I think this wasn't the case with me. That's why I paved through it very easily.
So, like as you said that this wasn't the case with you, like the pressures and all. So, would it be wrong, or like how will you say that you didn't had any pressure, or you managed that pressure really well?
It was like I could have had, but I never realized it. I was like, I was mostly pretty cool most of the times.
Okay.
Had there been anyone else on my, that person could have taken stress that I really put in many hours, a lot of hard work. It's not without hard work. So others might have felt that if you're putting so much hard work, you need to crack it, or you need to prove to your parents or your friends and family. Like everyone knows you're preparing for exams.
Right.
So when your relatives come to know, your parents come to know, they keep asking what happened, you gave this examination, you clear it or not.
Exactly.
So even this builds pressure.
Yeah.
This builds pressure. Your friends, if you don't do it, like people make fun at your back. They, you yourself feel underconfident in your eyes that you've been preparing, you're not able to clear it and stuff. So it's up to yourself. If you realize this pressure, you want to take it or not. It's just your perspective, how you see your life, how you wanna, how much pressure you wanna take, how much is healthy for you. I mean, it's just individual, I guess.
Right.
But after graduating, there's no one to guide you at that point of time. Even I learned it on myself. Like when I went into business, it was really disturbed, unorganized. So at that age, at 20, 21 age, I already saw a lot. I handled much greater amounts of pressure than I did in this examination. So comparatively, if I compare, relatively this was not at all pressurable for me. For someone who's a fresh new graduate, he's just suddenly goes to the examination, this might be huge for him. So I think after graduation, one must either join some job or anything which gives him like a little real life struggles, real life problems, which makes this examination, the pressure of this examination easy to handle.
Alright. So, like the pressure, like any advice to the people who are going to sit in the exam? Like what was the age when you gave the exam?
I think I was 21.
22
by yes, 22.
So any advice for the people, because I can relate to you a lot, because you were handling
graduating next year.
Yeah, and you were handling that business, your business, and I am handling almost 50-60 people are under me for this particular platform. So I am also facing a lot of issues while handling this. There is almost like every day there is a new issue which comes up. So any advice like how to handle all this? Like any leadership advice?
See, with you, like I think you're with TET since last 2-3 years. You're doing it.
For last 6-7 months.
Alright. So you're having a dash of it, like how you need to handle pressure, meet timelines, handling different people and everything. So with you, you're already having a head start. So you might not need this advice, but with others who are not at all in extracurriculars or not in sports or haven't handled much of pressure in their life. So I think first of all, they need to step out in the corporate world. because even there you are tested, you are ruthlessly introduced to the corporate world.
Right.
You need to work hard to earn little bits of money which you spend it lavishly in your college life. So first of all, you get a true entrance to the corporate world, how it has to be and how things actually work.
Right.
Handling that and handling everything at that age, you can easily go through it. But it's nothing like even if you're graduate, you crack the exam, you go there at a government service. Even then, you'll be introduced to all these things. But if you're having a first-hand experience, you can sail through it easily. If not, then you'll face a little bit of struggle. But everyone learns in time when things fall into place. Everyone learns with time.
So basically, you want to say that people should go for placements or campus placements?
Yeah, should always try. If you're really focused for government jobs, you can even start preparations in your third year or fourth year. But I would really suggest whatever placements come, you should go and sit in that. Like even being a civil engineer, in my college, no company came for civil engineers.
Okay.
There was just Infosys and Cognizant who allowed civil engineers to sit for an interview.
Okay.
Otherwise, we didn't have any company. So I just sat for those interviews. I cleared both, and I had a job offer from both of them.
Okay.
No other civil engineer from my university even cleared one of the exams. So with those interviews, I mean, I didn't have to do those jobs. I just went there for fun.
Okay.
So just having that experience of interviews, you'd want to do it or not, but at least you gain this sense of satisfaction that you have some worth. I mean, even after graduation, I can secure a 4-5 lakh CTC job.
Yeah.
Which just gave me a confidence that okay, I mean, I can do something in life. So just gives you a confidence to enter into a new world. So I think if your aim can be different. Your aim can be to join a family business. My aim can be to join only government service. Someone else's aim can be to join corporate life. Someone wants to study forward, anything. But if there are companies coming in your college, you should go, sit and evaluate yourself, like where do you stand? Because there are many people who overestimate themselves, some who really undervalue themselves. So this is just a way in which you can evaluate yourself on a global level, like where do you actually stand, and then choose any examination or company of your caliber.
Right.
I think if you work on your caliber, that's much better. If you work at a company which doesn't value you, underpays you, even that's not healthy for you. Or if you're working at some place where there are people who are really above your level, much more qualified, then you need to reach that level and then work with them.
Right.
So I think it's a good way to evaluate yourself.
So were you planning to join the family business while you were studying, or it was completely different that time?
I had complete plans of doing my masters.
Okay.
I thought of doing my masters in international business,
Okay.
and then joining my family business and take it on a global level.
Right.
So how things turned out is I couldn't get a chance to do it. So, but I still didn't lose hope. I joined correspondence courses
Okay.
from IMT Ghaziabad.
Right.
I did it for 1 year, and from the following semester this exam got cleared, so I had to leave that also.
Okay.
But I did it for 1 year, the much I wanted to learn. So I think I have just done those things which are personally beneficial for me and what I really want to do in my future. So for people to go and decide what they have to do, they first need to have a clear understanding, like how they want their future to be, and then start prepping in such a way, but completely stress-free, without taking any stress or anything. There's lots of time. There's plenty of time for everything, but you just need to stay regular and have a clear vision or target for what you want to do.
And to prove to be yourself.
Yeah.
So, like, what had been the greatest decision in the business that you took it from like scratch to, like, I guess, the skies? So any
I'll tell you what was happening. Like in the product that my father was dealing, it was the most commonly traded product.
Okay.
There are around 300-500 firms which are working,
Okay.
and everyone was trading into that only product.
Right.
What I did is I went to officers and the ones who are working in different companies. Ours is a steel trading business. So I went to SAIL, Tata, I made relations with those officers.
Okay.
And kind of indulged in what the future holds. So the future was mostly belonging to a different product and upgrade to what we were currently trading in. Kind of gained knowledge in that. Having an engineering background also helped me. So I gained knowledge in that, found customers in that. I got to know that mostly all the companies, PSUs, DPSUs, who were releasing orders, in future are gonna change the product completely and gonna upgrade to a new product. So in the current market scenario where we were trading in a low quality product, I started procuring and stocking a higher grade product, which I had no customers of. Slowly, I started visiting companies who wanted that product or who were also planning to work in that product. Somehow it got really beneficial for me that in 1 or 2 years time, all the projects, all the bridges, all the tanks and everything started accepting that product. And the market completely revolutionized, and from what they were trading, they highly upgraded to that product. What happened is, then I became the monopoly. It was only me who was keeping that product in stock and already had few customers for it. So with word of mouth, it spread rapidly that this firm keeps this product and you should buy from them as their authorized dealer and everything. With time to time, now what the scenario is, all the 300, 500 firms which I told you, all of them are having this product. All of them are trying to generate a clientele about it, around it. Benefit that I'm having is that I started this procedure 2 or 3 years before. I had a vision that I think that this product might gain more customers in the future. I also researched about it. Now the time is that most of the work, most of the trading that is being done is in this specific high quality product. The earlier the former one has been dissolved. There are really less customers for it. So having a monopoly, having more clientage, I'm excelling in business because of the word of mouth and of initial entrance to this field.
So you took the risk and you got the first mover.
It was a risk. Like even my father discouraged me. He was like, you're going to face losses as this product is much costlier. So he was discouraging me, like, and initially I did incur lots of losses, but didn't lose hope because I was really sure that this is the future and I worked towards it. I also asked my clients to use this product and change it, and now mostly everyone asks for it.
So like, how did you convince your parents? Because of course, your father incorporated this business, and now when you entered, you kind of try to make a shift in that, total shift. So of course, the early generation is like play safe, don't take much of the risk and all. So how did you convince him for that?
What happened is, like, initial first year, I worked according to him. I learned how he did his business. All the contacts that he gave me, all his experience, I tried to absorb everything. So first year was just for him. Since first year onwards, I started taking little bit of control. My father was really supportive of me in all this. He saw that I have been working really hard. After 1 year, he saw that my hard work is paying off. I'm earning from it. There were like whenever I faced any problem, if I'm incurring some losses, like if I'm keeping this product and I incurred some loss, my father knows about it. So he used to tell me that why you're doing this, you are incurring losses and all that stuff. So there are some advisors, there are some officers, there are some people who my father listens to more, or maybe he thinks that these people are experts in this field, so he might not listen to me but listen to them. So when those people also asked him that whatever he's doing is right, let him do whatever he's doing. He might incur few losses in the beginning, but at the later stage you'll find out that this is what he was doing was completely right. So if he didn't listen to me, I went to those people, tried to convince him through them, and that's how I managed. Like every parent is different. So you need to know how to tackle your parents in any field. So I found this way. I talked to those people who my father listens more, who he thinks are experts in this field, and they were also agreeing to my ideas and everything. So that's how he gave me all the space, all the funds and everything to go forward with it. So I think this was really.
So basically, you and a few of your people, friends, there with you at the right place and at the right
what
time?
happened is like when during this 1 or 2 years, no, when I was also preparing for the exams and handling business, I had to literally cut off all my friends because
Okay.
my routine was really strict.
Mm.
From 7 in the morning till 12 at night, I was completely busy. I mean, all of my friends at that point of time, there are many of the friends, my colleagues, all of them engineers and everything. What they did is they really chose the easier life.
Mm.
Some of them also had family businesses, some of
Yeah.
them didn't have any family business. The job that they got a CTC of 3 lakhs to 12 lakhs ranging
Mm.
between them. They started working casually over there. I mean, they
Okay.
didn't put in much of hard work. They got a really stable job, so they were just earning normally, and they spent the 3 or 4 years
Mm.
normally working at a corporate job. I used to throw my hands everywhere. I also tried my hands at business, then at government job,
Right.
also at doing MBA. I mean, I was trying everything. Whereas my friends were not doing much. They were just really content with their life. They were earning good money. They were living independently, spending on themselves, living the life that they wanted to. Weren't doing much of hard work or what they want to do. So what I see right now is like all of us are 27, 28, 29 right now, and they're still at those jobs, or maybe have shifted to another company of the same job.
Mm.
But now they look at themselves. I mean, some have grown a lot, some haven't. But now they feel that it's monotonous.
Mm.
They are doing the same thing every day. There's no new opportunity.
Mm.
Plus, now when we're becoming of a marriageable age, they're not having much side incomes.
Okay.
Like they could have had side income too. Plus, I mean, it's just static. Their job,
Right.
they're doing the same thing over and over, period of time, every day, the same thing, living a very normal middle class life.
Right.
Whereas ones who are looking out for opportunities, they're investing or maybe doing 2 or 3 things side by side,
Right.
are I think excelling in life.
So, like of course, when you are at like 21, 22, it's a very tender age.
Yeah.
You feel jealous of people very easily.
Yeah.
So you must have felt a bit jealous that your friends are living this life.
Yeah. What happened is like they used to invite me to parties almost
Mm.
every weekend.
Okay.
Even in university, in uni, I used to party a lot.
Okay.
Everyone did. So such a huge paradigm shift from partying so much to working so much.
Mm.
Early morning, waking up and working late till nights. Whereas my friends, they were partying also. They were going out. They were having girlfriends. They were doing everything that a normal person does in that age.
Mm.
Obviously, I was jealous also. Even I wanted to do all that stuff. But on the other hand, I also knew that I had many responsibilities on my shoulders, first of all. And secondly, I wanted to do something of my own. So with those things in mind, I kept all these, I would say,
Distractions.
desires aside and focused on what I had to do. I knew that in the long run, I would be more stable, more successful.
Mm.
And I think this is how it's turning out.
Like basically, keeping a self-belief is very
Yes,
important.
I mean,
want
see,
to
you
see.
should party. I would say that I could have partied on weekends.
Mm.
That would have distracted my focus a little bit. That would have given me maybe a lower rank than what I have got right now. Could have done that and should have also done that, I would say.
Mm.
But still no regrets. I mean, as and when I cleared it, I again resumed that lifestyle.
Mm.
Not easy for everyone, but this is a really, I mean, you need to be really focused for it because this is a huge shift.
Right.
After graduation,
Right.
you can either decide to like have that, carry on that same lifestyle,
Right.
partying, working, or just completely focusing on yourself because this is the time when you really need to choose a path.
Mm.
See, till you're 30 or 35, this is the age that you have to earn, what I feel. Like you're graduating at 20, 21.
Mm.
You get these 14, 15 years
Right.
to earn and enjoy as well. But you need to earn more than you enjoy so
Mm.
that you have a more comfortable lifestyle. So having some fixed income, having a regular income and doing something which is your passion can really give you a good lifestyle.
So like, were your friends supportive of what you were doing? Because
I mean,
at
yeah.
that age, friends' support is a lot. It helps a lot.
There are some friends who like I had a variety of friends.
Mm.
Some were really discouraging. कि
Okay.
what are you doing this, you're never gonna clear it, or this exam is really tough, you don't belong to this society, you're not that intelligent. Some were distracting me. Like some were like, let's party, come over to party. You've forgotten us. We used to party so much. Now you're not giving us time.
Right.
You're just engrossed in yourself. Some were supportive. Some were like, all right. I mean, you wanna do it, so go ahead with it. They also tried to provide me material. Provide me. They were like, I had variety of friends. So during that period of time, that 1 or 2 years, I picked only those friends to talk to who were either in the same field, who were either preparing for the same kind of exams, or who were still preparing for some of the other exams. Because only they could understand my sphere of mind at that point of time. Only they could understand what I'm going through right now. So I kind of kept my other friends sideways, and I tried to make friends. Like they were friends only, but I had to try to make better friends with those people who were almost in the same field or almost in the same sphere of mind in which I was at that point of time. So that also helped me drive the way.
I think that whatever life throws at you at an early age, it surely helps you in the later half of your life. So, like managing the business and taking over that in such a early age, then did it help you in the business? Sorry, not in the business, in the job that you are.
Yeah, it did. First of all, it helped me in the exam also.
Okay.
The pressure thing that I told you. And also in the job, see, it's given me an edge over everything. What I'm earning right now in my job is mere compared to what I was earning. So monetary things are sidelined. But the confidence that I gained over there, the contacts that I made, the networking that I've done, and once you start earning by yourself, and if you grow something, you have that confidence in yourself that you can achieve anything and everything. So in this job, like I work in defense, Ministry of Defense right now as an ESO. So ours is a organization in which people from the Army, Navy and defense civilians work together.
Okay.
So those people are really strict in their job. I mean, they are really strict on time, on files and everything. They're really, really strict. Once you've worked independently, you've seen how people are at business. I've dealt with people of all age groups, from 20 to 70. I know how to talk to everyone. I know business communication. In business, you get to learn when to talk harshly, when to talk softly. You need to use people according to your own benefit. With someone, you have to talk really courteously. With someone, you have to exert pressure. With someone, you have to tell them to do some work according to you. That is what is at a government job. Like with your juniors, you need to exert your seniority. You have to get the work done by them. You don't have to come under their pressure. Like, see, what happened is, when I entered the business, entered the job, it was completely new for me. I didn't know anything. So the people who were holding a post lower than me, they tried to, what they actually do, like they've been working in those offices for the past 6-7 years. So they completely know how work is done over there. So what they try to do is they try to scare you. They try to tell you that this is a really tough job and do as we say. We'll tell you how things work over here and everything. But you need to know like who your senior is, who your junior is, and you have to tackle them in the same exact way. That is what I learned from business, like how to handle people, my interpersonal skills developed, and that helped me a lot in the job also.
So any 3 points that you can count on, like just 3 points, just to how to deal with people while you were working in the business or while you were in the job.
Yeah.
So how did you deal with it?
Like if we talk about points, see, the people who you find are superior to you, there will always be people who are better read, more educated, superior to you. I think you should completely make them your mentors. You need to have mentors in your life who guide you and who give you a clear way. So with those people, you have to be really courteous. You have to be really respectful to them in whichever way it is required. Like it can be anything, any task that those people give you. You have to do it diligently. You can't say no to anything, even if it takes your own goes against your self-esteem also. But still, once you've chosen your mentor, you have to give him that respect. So these are one kind of people which I feel that you should treat them with really utmost respect.
Okay.
The other category comes with the people who are your colleagues, like of the same rank or of your same the place where you are from. So with those people, you really need to have a friendly touch, because it's not just work. You need to make relations.
Right.
You need to have a good time. So these are the people who will make you explore new places, who will take you to different places, will tell you about how things work, how your lifestyle should be. Then you can enjoy with them, you can talk with them,
Right.
because they share the same ideology or the same mindset as you do.
Right.
Then the third set of people come who you think, like who are either your subordinates or people who you have to get work done with. Like at business, they'll be your employees. At your job, they'll be your juniors. So with these people, you also have to maintain a really light environment, because I mean, you can't be strict, you can't be harsh.
Yeah.
You have to maintain a light environment, and you also have to get your work done.
Right.
So being polite is not a bad thing. You can be polite with anyone, but it's just your words that you choose from your juniors or your subordinates that will get your work done in a good way.
Right.
Like there are people who get really harsh.
Right.
There are people who scold their juniors or
Yeah.
their employees, but it doesn't work well with them. In the long run, either the employee leaves or the people don't work.
Yeah.
I mean, no one is bound to anyone.
Yeah.
So being polite and getting your work done is the only thing that I've learned. So I think being polite and these three kind of people can help you excel in your life.
So I guess this brings to the end of our podcast, and I mean, like, we came here with a very specific mindset that we are going to ask questions only to the examiner, related to examinations and all. But talking to you and knowing that there are a lot of covers in your life, you have a lot of experiences. It like completely changed the aura and the mindset. So like we'll just wrap up, but any advice to the generation or to the people who are present in this room? Any advice for their careers or any leadership advice, the way you like it?
See, nothing should be taken to heart. It's a huge life that we are having. It's long. You just have graduated. It's just the first step. Everyone says like, do your 10, that's all. Do your 12, that's all. Now after graduation, they're saying you just need to work these 8 or 10 years, then that's all. When you'll be 30, then they'll say that work these 5-10 years, then your future life will be better. Everyone has their own pace. It's like I joined business at 22. Someone might join at 30, 35.
Right.
I cleared this exam at 22. Someone might clear at 27. It doesn't compare. It's not like I'm better than him or he's better than me in any regard. So everyone has their own timeline to do what they want to do in life. There is no hurry in anything. Just enjoy your time. You can travel. I have traveled a lot, which gave me so many experiences and such an exposure. Travel as much as you can. Study, read as much as you can in your field. Try to just know what your purpose in life is. I think no one, it's the most difficult thing to do, to know your purpose. You don't sit idle and find your purpose. Keep doing things, keep doing different things. Play, sing, travel, study, whatever you feel like do. The thing which you feel is more, is making you happier, thing which is keeping you more engrossed, thing you feel is your passion, you can get your future in that thing. So there's no hurry to anything. Just live your life normally. There's no competition. Your friend might excel, your friend might not excel, but it's your individuality. It's up to you when you want to start doing things, whenever you want to do it. So take no pressure, take everything stress free, and enjoy life. It's just enjoyment.
So my last question: that how did you convince your parents to allow you travel? Because none of our parents agree for that.
I'll tell you how that happened. Even my parents were very strict on me traveling. So and I always traveled solo.
Yeah.
What I did was I found internships abroad mostly, places where I could, and I convinced them that these internships will really help me grow in my career. And like they didn't help me in my career in a way, but they helped me in my personality a lot. The internships I went to had people coming globally of a certain age group, and we were given small tasks to do this, to do that, and that groomed me overall, my personality wise, educational wise, and it gave me a global exposure, like what people are doing globally and what we are doing over here. So just to convince them, you need to have something you need to tell them that this internship will benefit you in some or the other way, and like they won't understand if you're going for exposure or travel or something or the other. Plus, even you shouldn't just go without any purpose or motive. I mean, you're not going to just spend all your parents' hard-earned money. You need to have some return of it. So the return I had is gained exposure, learned new things. It helped me in my resume a lot, my internships and everything. So you need to have a little focus and a driving force which tells them that you're going for a purpose and you're not going just there to enjoy. So I think that purpose is really necessary. So that's how I went to internships abroad.
Raghav, thank you so much for being on the podcast, and it was really nice talking to you. And I would like to thank the team here, Priyanshu, Harshit, Pooja, Vijit, all my brothers and my younger brother. So thank you guys for making it, and we hope that your business and your career in the job as well grows, and we would like to invite you to our campus.
Sure.
We have got offline podcast there as well.
Alright, no worries. I hope that you all excel too, as you all are graduates and gonna be graduates soon. So I mean, don't just go my advice to you. I mean, it worked for me. Whatever suits, whatever goes well for you guys, go ahead with that. There's lots to do, lots to conquer. I mean, we are just starting to do